So many young people, I think they have a real deficit in solar plexus alignment because a lot of people go through the early trauma where they feel like they need to conform. They already lost a part of themselves in early childhood, and they just choose to rationally create the path. They create the path based on what their maybe parents want them to be, or what will make the most money, or what will be most rewarding on some materialistic level. But in doing so, you lose the sense of true inspiration. You lose a sense of this is my purpose, or this is my passion, or this is the kind of position which will allow me to own my energy authentically, to be who I am at my core. If we were to approach career creation and education and everything in terms of what allows you to feel more aligned as a function of your authenticity as opposed to the external persona creation, we would do things just because we actually feel we want to be doing them and because it's aligned with our souls. That's what's usually missing. So in young people, I think that the main thing I would advise people to do is to think about, like, everything that you're doing, if it's false in nature, you're just lying to yourself. Eventually, you're going to hit this midlife crisis, maybe when you're 40 or 50, when you realize you're miserable because you forgot who you were. Maybe at 10, maybe at 20, maybe at 30. You're choosing to create different versions of yourself for convenience sake, because somebody told you it's going to be more convenient to be this version of yourself, or that's acceptable in the world. I've always thought that it's not worth it to be creating that lie, that it just seems so false in nature to be fragmenting your consciousness, to live in this illusion of comfort, when really that's just creating duality. If we were to get really brutally honest with ourselves, we would choose the path that just makes us feel we can be real. And if we keep it real, then we're always going to be helping people by just inspiring through our authentic connection to self. And so that path can be very different. A lot of people that choose spirituality, maybe they come to the conclusion they need to be a spiritual teacher to be spiritual. But the world just needs more people embodying spirituality through kindness. You can do any job and be spiritual in nature by creating more balance. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a cashier, a designer, an artist, a creative, any person that is inspiring by just wanting to do what they're doing and being happy, serving people by being themselves and just being their own soul in avatar form. And that's so beautiful to see the transformation from essentially conformity, from losing your sense of self, to a state of you are who you are regardless of what you choose to do. If we can make that decision, wisdom can come out very early in our lives that inspires us to choose that path. And so in my case, age was always a confounding variable. I never enjoy speaking about my age. I'm becoming more open with it. But I always thought that, people do judge that. People assume it's just part of the mental construct that in order to speak about wisdom, you need to have a lot of acquired experience. But then other people, they look at me and I have a lot of theories of who am I really? Some people are like, she's an indigo, she's a starseed, she's an old soul. Or maybe she's a young soul from a different civilization or galaxy. So people see me as I'm a different kind of archetype. And all of us have the ability to tap into that archetype of true originality, where I like to look at people, everyone's a fingerprint of source. Everyone's got this completely unique makeup. And if we were to own that uniqueness and to transcend the pain of judgment or feeling like, someone didn't accept us in the past, I think that we would just be liberated too.